County, and this is Shelley Kirby, this is my mother. So I wanted to start tonight by saying, I just really encourage you to please vote no on this no camping ban. There are citizens that would still like to camp that won't have the opportunity to if you pass that. And the homeless people are going to suffer further, and there will be more of them. See, our country uses the judicial system, the pharmaceutical companies, and all other situations to turn profit on everybody. We can't continue that. That's why I keep coming in here, time after time, asking for criminal justice reform. My mother is a product of a failed system. She's a schizophrenic, mentally ill woman that has been pushed on pharmaceutical drugs for about 30 years of her life. Go ahead and talk, Mom.
And the nursing home treats me bad.
All of our nursing homes are lacking staff. All of the people are pushed on pills in the nursing homes to the max. My mom didn't have strokes, tremors, or any kind of dementia until years of pushing pills. So Phoenix Rising, Coleman Center, any place around here, they are over-medicating that population. And I don't know if it's population control or what you're trying to do, but I'm sick of it. My mom was suffering. There's a lot of other individuals suffering at the hands of those facilities. There was a woman named Joanne McConney. She treated me and my mother for years. And those pills, they just kept coming. And they don't care if people take them or not. They just push them. So if you want to treat the homeless, it's not going to be with over-medication or jail systems. How many people are in there this week? 476. That's too many. Let's take care of the homeless people the right way. Let's house them. I'm one of those people. Thanks for helping us. Now, I just want to say that all of these individuals that came together, they're looking at you, and you're looking at us. You're not hearing us still. Please, vote no on this tonight, and we can be a better community if we all work together.
My name is James Gibson. I'm homeless. I'm not just a tool. I'm not something you can sweep under the rug. Woo. I've been out on the streets for the last 2 years. I have been stabbed, assaulted, beaten. I've never harmed anybody, but I will defend myself.
Yes.
I will defend myself from anybody standing in the way of my right to exist. You are supposed to be our leaders. You are supposed to be protecting us from tyranny, not leading us into it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm illiterate, so I'm letting this minute read my...
Okay. And could you give me her name, just so I have it for the record, and residential address?
Elizabeth Rio, and I'm homeless.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead.
So this is Rosie, and housing a person is cheaper than jailing a person. The National Alliance to End Homelessness has shown it again and again. Jail costs taxpayers thousands of dollars per month, while supportive housing costs way less. So if this is about the money, then the council is about to make the most expensive mistake possible. You will spend more locking people up than you would by investing in shelters. This isn't just cruel, it's fiscally irresponsible. Stark County should not be throwing away taxpayer dollars to punish poverty. We should be using those dollars to actually end homelessness. Vote no.
I'm Reistack, and I'm homeless. When you find or jail a homeless person, you are not solving homelessness. You are making it worse. People can't pay fines when they don't even have bus fare. People can't get stable housing when they have a criminal record that follows them forever. This policy is a revolving door from the street to jail, back to the street. It traps people in a cycle they cannot escape. Door from the street to jail, back to the street. It traps people in a cycle they cannot escape. If Stark County truly wants fewer people on the street, the answer is housing and services, not punishment. We can't arrest our way out of poverty. We can only build our way out with shelter, affordable housing, and real support. Please vote against this policy. Vote no.
As you see, their last name is also Reistack, but I cannot read.
Hurry.
This is my mom, Marie Reistack. She's 65 years old and cannot see swim in the half. She is also homeless. And blind. What I want to talk about the human reality behind this policy. Imagine you are homeless. You've lost your job, maybe your family, maybe you've had health problems. Now you're sleeping outside in Stark County. Every night is a battle against cold, against hunger, and against fear. And instead of help, instead of compassion, this county says we will punish you for being poor. This law doesn't end homelessness, it ends hope. It tells people that they don't matter, that their lives are worthless. And when community takes that stance, it loses its moral compass. We can do better. Stark County can be a place where people are lifted up, not pushed down for, please reject this cruel and pointless policy.
Our next speaker is Mr. Bennett Parker. Mr. Parker.
I am not a mystery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't assume gender.
I shouldn't. No, you should not.
That is the problem. So my name is Bennett, and I'm homeless. And I'm here because Stark County is about to make homelessness a crime. Let's be clear, homelessness is not a crime. It is a crisis. And you do not solve a crisis with handcuffs and fines. You solve it with housing, with services, with compassion. If this vote passes, what you are saying is that being poor, being without shelter, being down on your luck is something you can punish your way out of. You are saying that people who already have nothing should be given less. You are saying that jail is cheaper than housing, but we know that's not true. It costs more to cycle people through the jail system than it does to provide a real solution. And what kind of community are we if we take people's last scrap of dignity by locking them up for sleeping on a bench or issuing them a fine they will never be able to pay? That doesn't end homelessness, it just hides it. It pushes it further away from help and further away from hope. Stark County should be leading with a solution, not a punishment. We should be asking, how do we expand our shelters? How do we get more affordable housing? How do we partner with outreach groups? How do we meet people where they are instead of criminalizing their very existence? Homelessness is hard enough. Imagine losing everything, sleeping outside in the cold, and then being told you're a criminal just for trying to be alive. That's cruel. That's wrong. And it is not what we should be as a community. I'm asking you tonight to reject this policy. Do not vote to make poverty a crime. Vote instead to protect human life, to uphold dignity, and to show that Stark County can be better than this. Vote no. And directly to the mayor, who had to leave the room while I spoke. And when you pulled up next to me the other day when I was protesting, how you had your window down and completely ignored that we were there. Being on your phone, in your air-conditioned truck, ignoring us.
Hi, my name is Tiffany, aka Queen Robertson. The very first time I ever ended up homeless was in 2009, November. So I'm a landlord. He got cut off. He didn't get a water bill for at least over a year plus. The water ended up being cut off. Me and my 2 children that I had at the time, we had no choice but to leave because we didn't pay the bills. So he got a foreclosure put on his home. So I had no reason but to get a U-Haul that day and move out because they were locking the doors and changing the lines. Me and my children didn't have no choice but to be homeless right then and there. No clue, no nothing, no notes, nothing. So from that point, I was homeless. I didn't know what to do. I've never been homeless before. It was my first time. So the very first night, me and my 3-year-old son slept in my car, and it was cold outside, in the back of the house that we were supposed to be living in. My daughter, she was with her grandmother. So I was told to call CPS for help. I was trying to do better. I did that. It didn't work in my favor. I was the person that should have been on Q's and P's about this landlord that was a slum landlord. I'm supposed to know it was a slum landlord. Nobody ever told me to do a background check on a landlord. So CPS steps in. They come in. I'm the one that's the bad guy because of the housing that we were living in. And next thing I know, I'm going through a CPS case. I'm in the woman's wide. I discipline my children. They call the police. I go to jail from the woman's wide. My children got taken from me. There were no bruises on my children. None of that. No bad reports in school or anything. But I lost my children and ended up homeless. Never to get them back again. Bad reports in school or anything. But I lost my children and ended up homeless. Never to get them back again.